What's that? I hear the keyboards are crying and the guitars are whining. And somebody in Harris County, Texas, and possibly other places, suffering the blues tonight. That might have something to do with that guy down there. Judge David Fleischer, our friend, the judge, the man. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight you have almost a full docket to enjoy. At the end of the day today, there was only about 2 hours and 40-ish minutes full docket call. All I had to trim out was about 40 minutes, and it was all 40 minutes of pretty much dead time. So, kids, buckle up, get ready. I don't know what happened, but a lot happened. 'Cause I didn't get rid of much. We still got 2 hours. Let's get ready to go. It's that time.
All right, let's roll, nerds.
Page 18, Leatherwood, come on up.
Hi. Hi, Brandon. What's up, man?
Hey, doing
How are
okay?
you? Morning. How you doing? You are Jonathan Leatherwood.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were dispatched to a crash in Harris County, Texas. Officers arrived and observed the defendant as the sole occupant in the driver's seat. They observed red glossy eyes, strong odor of alcohol, slurred speech, and unsteadiness. Complaining witness told officers she was sitting at a red light when the defendant rear-ended her. Complaining witness exited and walked over to defendant's car and observed an open can of beer in the cup holder. SFSTs conducted 6 out of 6 HGN, 5 out of 8 walk and turn, 3 out of 4 one-leg stand. DICs were read and defendant consented to blood sample. His license is eligible and this is his first DWI, Judge.
Open container of beer while drinking, you say?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Leatherwood, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm now taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive. Do you understand? I'm also making that a condition of your bond. I would hope that you understand it's elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Strauss. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, you pick up a new case, you endanger my county, I'm going to revoke your bond. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? All right. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'll get you to Victoria where we'll have you sign a reset. After that, we'll get you with Fleischer for your bond conditions. And after that, you're free to go.
Yeah, Judge, we believe, Your Honor, what was in the car was an energy drink, Judge. It was not alcohol, Your Honor.
It's just what's alleged, Judge. I mean, I don't have a photo of the
Judge, he has
can,
no
but-
priors. We would ask you, Judge, to allow him to drive while on bond.
They're alleging he's got an open container of beer in the car while he's driving. I mean, you know, if you show me that it's not, I'll take it away. But I mean, they're telling me it's an open container of beer. So do this. Is the video here? Do you have anything?
Yeah, it looks like we have some body cam, Judge.
Okay, do you want to take a look real quick to see if you see something different?
Take a look. Your
No,
Honor.
I mean, we've got time. It's
Yes, sir.
9:45, you know,
Yes.
we've got
Take a
all
look. I'm
day.
ready to approach.
Well, not all day, but you know,
Sir.
take a look real quick. I'll put this on hold if you find something different, you know,
Yes,
and
sir.
once they have time, they can go out, reach to the officer, see, hey, was it really an energy drink? Was it a beer? And let's see. But if he's drinking and he's in the car and they're alleging that, no, you know, there has to,
We'll go look at it.
yeah, sure, for sure. Mr. Leatherwood, heed this warning. You won't get another one. Do you understand? Okay, come on.
All right, Davis, come on up, page 7.
What, hey, Vic, what page? 17?
7, last name Davis.
Good morning, Mr. Davis. So you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
The complaining witness and the defendant are married. Officers were dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas. They met with the complaining witness who stated that she had called the defendant and noticed that he was intoxicated. Complaining witness then drove to the defendant's location to take his keys to make sure that he would not drive. The defendant
Smart. Wonderful.
The defendant refused to give her the keys. The keys ended up on the ground. The complaining witness went to pick the keys up and the defendant started grabbing her, pushing her, and hugging her as they both fell onto the ground. Complaining witness said that she fell to the ground and she felt pain and discomfort, and the defendant was on top of her. The officer noticed the defendant was much larger than the complaining witness, leading him to believe that the defendant falling on top of her would cause pain as well.
So did he intentionally assault? Was it an accident? I don't, read it again. You said he fell on top of her. Isn't that what you said?
Yes, Judge. He hugged her and then they both fell to the ground. And then he had fallen on top of her when they fell to the ground.
This is a specific intent crime.
I don't think we have an offense report, Judge.
Well, nevertheless, this is what we do now. This is the probable cause hearing. You got to have it now.
This is a DVD case, Judge. I don't think that the complaining witness has been ripped yet.
Doesn't matter. We got what we got here, and I don't see intent. You know, in life, Mr. Davis, it's Davis, right? There are people who drink, they become very happy. You know, they're great to hang out with. They crack jokes. They're just the life of the party. And then there are those people, when they drink, they become the devil incarnate. They get horns. They just become terrible. If this strikes a familiar chord, don't drink. You know, it sounds like someone's trying to do something very loving, you know, really. I'm going to find no probable cause now because I don't see intent, but just be careful. You know what I mean? Just, you got one life. Be happy and be nice. All right? Just take a seat for me, please.
All right, Judge, next is case 17, Laverne, Asia.
I'm sorry, I missed the page. I was like
17.
zoning. Ms. Laverne, good morning. Ma'am, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Complaining witness and the defendant were dating for 6 months. On 12/4, officers were dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas. They met with the complaining witness, who stated that the complaining witness and the defendant were at their uncle's house for food. When the defendant became angry, the complainant had received a call from another girl. Complainant called the girl back to prove she wasn't cheating, or he wasn't cheating. Defendant snatched the phone from complaining witness and began screaming at other party. Defendant grabbed complainant by the throat with her hand and struck him multiple times with a closed fist, causing pain. Complainant called police when the arguing calmed down. The witness stated he did not observe the fighting, but did hear defendant say, I hit you and I'll do it again. No visible injuries were observed on either party.
Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do we know, do you guys have the rip done? Do we know if he wants to continue to have contact with her?
The DVD case, Judge, and we don't have the rip on this.
Okay. I don't know if he wants to have contact with you. So until I know what his wishes are, I'm going to order you not to have contact with this person. Do you understand? Ms. Laverne, I want you to understand that I'm going to protect every person in my county. If I have to put you in custody, I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect everyone. Do you understand? There's a protective order that's been issued in this case. You need to get to know it. If you violate this protective order, the state can file a violation of protective order. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. There's a residential restriction. There's things that you can't do. So take note and don't have any contact. Don't have any weapons with this person. Do you have any questions? I don't want to talk about the case. I'm just over the conditions. Do you have any questions? How old are you, man?
22.
You're 20. What do you do for a living?
I'm going to school.
Where do you go to school?
San Jacinto.
Okay. Do you work?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm a dancer.
A dancer.
Yes.
Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am? Okay. I'm going to order you also as a condition of your bond not to use alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, likewise, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm not asking much from you. All I'm asking you to do is follow the law. Don't use alcohol. Don't use drugs. I'm going to test you. Do you understand? In fact, I think I'm going to send you for a test today because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. Come back, and then I'm going to find you a lawyer, man. All right? Okay, please.
Are those bond conditions?
No, because we're gonna monitor.
You want her to fill out the application everywhere?
I have one already. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay, that's it, right?
Um, Page 27.
Sorry, guys. Good morning, Ms. Stumbo. Ma'am, you are charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. This case is 2,048 days old. What's it from, please, if you don't mind? I've already found probable cause, but of course I don't remember where.
Yes, Judge, it was a Walmart skip scanning situation.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go to any Walmart. If I find that you go to Walmart, and I'm going to tell you now, if you ever skip on out on this again, I'm going to make the bond so high, your hair's going to be standing straight up. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a lawyer today?
I do not.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have a son with a disability.
Okay, we're going to appoint you a lawyer today. We figure out today. Okay, it's just, all right, just take a seat for me in the jury box. Do not leave.
All right, Judge, that's it for now.
Okay, please.
No Walmart.
Yeah. Mr. Mays. Nathan. Are you ready? Were you waiting on me?
Yes.
Hi, sorry to keep you waiting. It's okay. How are you?
This morning, Judge.
Okay,
The DWI that's over 6 months old submitted a PTI packet to Mr. Beadle.
great.
They're waiting to get the writ completed. I think they've made contact, well, I think they made contact with the complainant, but they can't find a good phone number for him, so they're gonna have their investigator go look for him.
Yeah, but at some point, we got to say when. It's nearly 200 days old. How many times have you reached out to this person?
Well, we don't have, there was no phone number, like the officers never collected a phone number for the person, so we had to run it through TLO, and we tried every phone number on TLO, and none of them work. So we've assigned the task to our investigator.
Okay, I mean, I'm giving you a week, but if that's it, if you don't have it in a week, then we move forward without anything as far as that's concerned. I mean, if they don't want the money, they don't get the money. That's it, right?
And Judge, I have no problem coming back next week. Can my client?
Yeah. Wait, has she done a TRAS yet?
No.
Since she's here now, why don't we send her for a TRAS and then I'll waive it the next time? You know, there's no sense in having her, because she's gonna have to do it regardless, right? Okay, we'll send her for a TRAS now. I'll waive it for next week and then hopefully we'll have an answer. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mays.
Judge Cruz?
Is Nicholas Poole here?
Yes.
Come up, sir. Take a seat for me in the jury box. Hi. Yeah.
100%. It was, there's 18 videos. There's no way I'll be able to look at them all right now. But he's 100% of the venom drink. Should we, Reese, can I do a short reset till next
Yes, of
week?
course. If you can do a week, I'm okay.
Is that okay? But
Absolutely.
he's only off on Fridays. I can't make it this Friday. I gotta be in Fort Bend. Could we reset it till the following Friday?
You can always approach via Zoom.
Yeah, but
Even if you go to
I
Fort.
gotta be to Galveston and Fort Bend. It's gonna be.
Sure, whatever you want. I'm gonna, he can't drive until we
okay.
come back, but I mean, just,
Reapproach you on it.
yeah,
Okay.
anytime you want. If you need the Friday.
So
I'm
you won't
okay
hold
with
off
it.
on it? He needs to sign?
No, yeah, they're alleging he's got booze in the car while he's driving. It's unacceptable. No
I'll take a
way.
look at the videos.
And Brandon, I do it to every single person, you know?
Yes, sir.
So it's not, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary that I wouldn't do if my mom were right there, you know? So, Mr. Leatherwood, come up. All right, I'm gonna have you swear to this here. We're gonna set you off. Normally, we set cases off, 45, 60 days on a first setting. We're just gonna do a couple weeks for your lawyer to do research, and then we'll find out whatever it is, it is.
To keep the reset date and do it off docket if it is what we think it is, come in.
That's up to you, whatever you want, Brandon. I'm happy to do however you want to do, but, if you want to come in, don't come in off docket because we need it docketed so that they can prepare as well, so that's why. If you want to set up a particular day, I'm happy to do it, but off docket's kind of not giving them sufficient notice, Okay, so, but whatever day you want, I'm happy to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, sir, come sign. And if it's not a beer, there's a big problem because that's a sworn document. You know what I mean? So
I'll take a look.
do your diligence.
Judge, this is my client.
Step all the way up.
Is this Miss Ortiz?
It is, Your Honor.
Good morning, Miss Ortiz.
Morning, Your Honor.
So, Miss Ortiz, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It looks like you were placed on probation for this DWI. It is alleged now that you have violated that probation. Is this still an open case in Barrett County? Okay, so we're not going to go forward on that one. I guess let's do the VIP. One of the things is that you have to plead true to these allegations, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the problem is that if you plead true to one of the open cases, that could essentially hurt you, and it's not what we're trying to do here. So what we'll go forward is it true that you failed to participate and complete the DWI Victim Impact Panel as alleged? Okay, I'm going to find that is true. I'm going to revoke your probation. I'm going to sentence you to 30 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 5 days that you've done. I am going to suspend your license for a year, man. Do not drive until you get a license. Kind of be careful, man. You're begging to go to prison. Just, if it's all centered around one thing and it's booze, just stop. It's not hard. Mind over matter, Okay, all right, good luck, Ms. Ortiz. Thanks, Brandon.
Did you leave the tickets?
Yes, yeah. Hey, what's new, man? I see that you are here, presumably for Mr. Lewis.
Yes.
Why has he never come here? I guess we're not that just, and we love you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Good to see you.
I should not complain.
Yeah, that's right. No one cares anyway. You complain until you're blue in the face. No one's going to do anything about it.
Very true. Mr. Poole came in to do his drug test. He was negative. All is good. It's gone well.
Remind me what we're doing with Mr. Poole, because I don't.
MRP picked up a new case. He's also got a case upstairs. We are in the process of getting stuff together to document that this is not what it sounds like.
Oh, that's right. This isn't Mr. Poole.
But he's been on house arrest. He's been doing great. Drug tests and everything.
Right. Okay. I remember Mr. Poole now. Okay.
Two things I did want to clarify while we were here. You gave him permission to leave the house for medical things. I'd like to extend that to counseling if it wasn't already included. And for Christmas, just to be able to visit family in town for like when the family goes to the aunt and uncle's house.
What is your position?
You said he didn't have any violations.
No,
on
he's
house
not.
arrest. I mean, I'm okay.
I don't know, but we haven't checked.
His parents going to his aunt and uncle's house or the family's going for Christmas.
Come up, Mr. Poole.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what's going on with your life now. What are you doing with yourself?
I'm just trying to work on myself. I'm staying at the house, so
Okay.
I'm just like working out and doing whatever, trying to get all my schoolwork done. So I'm doing online.
Are you in high school or are you in college? Where
I'm a senior in high school.
you're a senior in high school?
I'm doing online school right now.
Okay. How's that going?
It's going well.
Okay.
I'm about in my first semester.
You're what?
I'm about in my first semester,
Okay.
14th.
Are you seeing anyone?
Hmm?
Counseling wise, are you seeing anyone? How does that work out?
It's online, but I was planning on doing it in person next week.
We'd like to go to online because, or excuse me, to in person, because as you can imagine, trying to do it
I
online.
need proof first, right? That he's
Proof of what?
gonna go actually see someone, like he has an appointment, so we know he's not just gonna go visit friends.
How do you want to?
I don't know, maybe get a letter from the doctor showing that you have an appointment, that you're gonna go see him. What else are you requesting?
I just wanted to be able to go do the counseling that he's attending in person because it's per the counselor and based on my experience doing the 20 years, it's significantly more helpful if you can actually do it in person instead of trying to do it through.
How often do you see this person? That's it? Okay. Do you want to do this on a weekly basis or is this just a one-time deal now?
I think we should just do it whenever the counselor thinks that, whatever the counselor is prescribing is the best course of action.
Okay. Of course, I'm okay with it. I just want proof.
Okay.
I don't
Get
take
you documented.
anybody's word for anything as much as I, admire and respect you. I don't trust anyone, right? Not you specifically, but
Understood. We will get you documentation. Who do you want us to provide that to?
just, you can give it to Felicia. Yeah, she's here every day. So just, you can email it to her. That should be sufficient. And then we can come up with a plan, but you go to the counselor and then you come back home. We have a monitor on you now, right? You need to understand, we know where you are at all times. So if you deviate, if you go to Speedy's Fast Track, or if you go to McDonald's, or if you do, we're gonna know, and it's not gonna end well for you. You understand? Okay. As far as Christmas, you said something else though.
Yeah, so he's staying at home with his parents. The family all gets together in, one house. We'd like him to be able to go to that family Christmas events.
Okay, is that one day?
The one day for Christmas, do you use like Christmas Eve,
Nah,
Christmas?
just one day. Probably.
Just-
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Remember, no using anything. If you are, no contact with any of the, right, alleged complaining
They're not-
witnesses.
It's not family.
And I'm going to tell you now, if you get together with family members and the family members that you don't get along with, and there's the potential that you end up in an argument or a fight or something, it's not worth it.
Yes.
You need to consider that wherever you're going. All right. Okay. I'm with you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Appreciate
Of
your
course. Hi, Max.
Bennett, who's the one that was last week.
Sure.
With the federal custody. She's here in the back.
Okay.
So I had her federal counsel provide me kind of a chart that explains the ranges and how the DWI will affect the ranges. And so currently with what she's pleading to, without the DWI, it puts her at roughly 2 years in federal custody. And that's the understanding is that's what the plan would be. With the DWI, it jumps it up to approximately 3 years. So it's actually, it adds about a year. My understanding is she's going to be pleading in early January, then is supposed to be scheduled to return approximately 3 months later for sentencing.
I can't, that's just too long, Max. I mean, it's just too long. I can't, that would be me giving her special favors when, the case now is, it's 230 days old. So you're waiting, you really want me to extend it to around what, 400 days? Or 350 days?
It would be in March, sometime in March.
No. Sentencing is way down the road.
No, so it's between, so the plea is in January and then sentencing will be in March and then she will go in later down the road. But we can do it before she goes in. So it would just be after she's sentenced in March, anytime after that. So theoretically, I've been trying to brainstorm. Theoretically, if we were to set it for trial, at least that could give us a backstop. And if she's not done, then
Max.
you know what I mean? No one's trying to like take
I
advantage of
understand
it.
you're trying to do what's best for your client,
Sure.
but I can't curry favor, right?
understand.
I have to be fair to everyone. And me allowing her to extend the plea for her benefit is me currying favor for her.
Okay,
It is.
I understand.
So, I mean, I'm willing to go to January after she pleads in January. But after that, she's got to plead here, or we set up for
I think the
trial.
problem even with that is that she pleading in January is happening, all right? That's like without a doubt. But I think if this is already there, if she pleads to this even after January, but before the sentencing, the
It's still
sentencing
gonna-
then hops up, right? I get it. I've got to try.
I know.
I guess, so I get, problem for us is that she then cannot plead and like. has that
If you want to
make-
set it for trial now, we'll set it for trial. You
Uh,
know, I can set it. The trial dates are in, early February.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess for now I'll have to, I guess I have to do that. If somehow I can get that amended, then changed, I will. I mean, she had no desire to go to trial, right? It's just this thing. Does that make sense?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been rated by Colin. You know what that means. This is the obligatory Colin pause. Thank you for the raid, Colin, and Cooligans for showing up. You are much appreciated. The obligatory Colin pause is now over. Thank you for paying attention.
Reset it for trial, not reset. We get mid-February.
Say it again.
I'm just.
No, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Do I ask you to reset us to January and then I set it for trial and then maybe we're done there?
You're
I
doing the
get
same
it.
thing. I
And
get
I'm
it.
not trying to, right?
But you are, though. It's like, you want to set it to January, you want to set it for trial for February, and then you're going to try to play continuance to after March. I'm not going to do that. That's,
I'm not trying to like, it's not trying to take advantage of the court. It's a super unusual situation for kind of everybody.
you have a federal case. I get it, but I cannot curry favor. I have to be fair to everyone. So if you want to set up a trial today, we can. Otherwise, what is the date for her sentence or her plea over there?
I can call her up and ask her if you want me to. I just don't know.
No, I don't want to, you ask her, find out. Okay, find out what that date is, and then we can set it for that day, or we can set up a trial now, however you want to do
Okay,
it.
all right.
Okay, all right.
Savvy. What's the last name? Are you, gonna file? a
Just a
motion?
moment.
I don't see a motion to sub. Do you want to go ahead and file?
Wow. Hey, can I give you a cause number, please? Do you remember Mr. Shirez? He picked up a new case. I'm curious, is it against the same complaining witness?
What's the cause number, Judge?
254-2322.
No, Judge, it doesn't look like it is. It's just a criminal mischief. It looks like there was some contact though.
So who was the harassment was, who was the complaining witness?
The complaining witness was Nicole, and it kind of looks like there was some I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe.
Yeah, no. This has something to do with her now.
Contact between the
It
two.
looks like there was some involvement of Nicole in the new mischief.
The complainant in criminal mischief is Nicole's grandpa.
Yes.
It's on video, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, there is a video that the officers reviewed. Yes.
Perfect. So he broke the mirrors on the grandpa's vehicle.
Yes, which he broke the mirrors and then told the complainant in the harassment case to come look at the damage to the vehicle.
Wait. Say that again?
It says that a client was told that the complainant from the harassment case was told to go outside and see the damage that the defendant had caused, and that the complainant from the harassment case walked outside from her residence and observed both mirrors being damaged.
Yeah.
He's there.
He's there.
And it was her grandpa's car.
All right, I'll issue the warrant now. I guess it wasn't enough last time.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yo.
Huh?
Ready?
Always, Judge. Why should qualify that? I don't know what we're doing, but yes, right.
Come up. Come up.
Mr. Bledsoe. So I spoke with pretrial judge and I spoke with the coordinator. Per pretrial, he's tested positive presumptively because they have to send it to a lab for confirmatory for alcohol and THC. I think they described his behavior as
Threatening.
well, I didn't get threatening, but
I got threatening. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to have you and I'm not going to stand for your threatening anyone in this court at any time. That is, every part of this is an extension of us. I don't care where you're going. I don't care what building you're in, whether you're in pretrial services, whether you're taking a drug test. It's unacceptable and I'm revoking your bond. And he now goes with you.
if I can, Judge, I don't believe there has been actually any evidence presented to warrant a
Hold
bond
on, Stephen.
revocation.
She told me yesterday that there had been multiple threats.
So, all right, to circle back, there's a couple things. In speaking with pretrial, I have not received any information about threats. I've received information about cursing and rude behavior.
Yes, Judge.
Don't
There was
speak.
no like threat of like harm or anything like that. It was just more so attitude. He was making people in our office a little bit uncomfortable just with his demeanor and the things that he was saying, but none of it, to my knowledge, has been anything, you know, putting anyone in danger, threatening danger, anything of that sort.
This is where I
You
want,
have an open criminal case. You're to be humble and contrite. And when you're not, and when you're threatening, abusive, harassing, I'm going to take care of you and I will light you up like a damn Christmas tree. Do you understand? It is unacceptable, the behavior that you have displayed here with myself, with pretrial, with the people down over there. And if you don't straighten up and fly right, I'm going to be all over you. Do you understand? One false move again. This is not supposed to be a happy time for you. And I don't know what I need to do to get your attention. But next time, I will classify you as a danger, revoke your bond, and make it so high you will have teeth falling out. Do you understand? Take a seat.
thank you, Judge. Back to your point. Do you have a preference on the reset date, Judge? He's got-
So what, tell me what he tested positive for.
It was THC and alcohol, Judge.
Okay,
This is where I will add that the court added bond conditions yesterday, so he had the magistrate.
understand.
Okay.
We did have
So-
these magistrate orders in October that I did see that he was instructed over. It didn't have no alcohol, but it did have liquor.
October what?
October.
14th, 15th, probably.
Give me the last name again.
Bledsoe, BLED.
Oh, no, he's still smoking weed then. I mean, if they told him not to use any kind of illegal drugs and he tested positive right now, give me the date, please. Come up, Mr. Bledsoe. You're not off the hook yet.
This is where I will repeat my assertion that since he's out on bond, he's entitled to a hearing where the rules of evidence would apply.
What we're doing right now.
Well, then I'm going to object to hearsay to anything and everything being heard by the court.
What day was the magistrate condition for no using, please? October 20th.
I'll also give my spiel about THC seltzers that I could buy at Specs that have no alcohol but have THC in them.
You are not to use alcohol. You are not to use illegal drugs. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to test you again in 2 weeks from today. If you test positive for THC again, and I don't care what it is, I don't care if it's a gummy, I don't care if it's a joint, I don't care if it's Delta 8, if it's Delta 9, if it's Delta 352, whatever it may be, you will stay with me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Get whatever records you need. But if you test positive for THC again,
Yes,
you're
sir.
on notice now. You will stay with me.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Have a seat back in there. Come on. But did you have a preference on the reset date, Judge?
2 weeks, whatever you want.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. You said
Then
2
I'll
weeks.
test them back and we'll see.
Do you
But
want,
by then it'll be sufficient benefit that
Yes,
there's
Judge.
just no argument.
you want him 2 weeks from today testing on that date?
Yeah.
Okay, will do. Thank you, Judge.
For sure, Nate. And thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. All right, Alan. Hey,
I'm approaching on behalf of Tony Miles. He currently has a felony in the same transaction upstairs. There is an offer on the table, but as talking to him, I think he's planning to maybe go to trial on it. I was hoping to get another reset until January 10th, or maybe the day after.
yeah.
Thank you.
What have they offered him up there?
Here's CEC, Judge.
But you think he's gonna set it? So
I
I'm
believe so.
happy to give you time. It's 220 days now, right? So, but if they set it for trial and they get a trial date for like March, I'm sorry, for like May, you know,
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
you know,
No problem.
give you till that 10th. And at that point, if they set up, hopefully they set up for trial then. And if they do, and we'll see what day that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Good.
for sure. Max.
She's gonna talk to her lawyers there again, see if there's some way to do sentencing sooner. I guess in the meantime, unless the court will give me one more reset, set it for trial now.
Just
Just
set it for trial now, okay? And then set it for, it's the first week in February, I think we have. So it would be Ramona. Hold on, let me pull up the trial calendar so I can see it.
Yes, Judge.
How many trials do we have in late January, early
Too
February?
many. Like 14
What, 14 on what day?
on the 28th. That's
that
the
January?
latest.
That's January 28th?
blood discovery. I didn't think we needed to.
Yes.
Okay, how about February 4th?
On February 4th, we only have 4.
Done.
Then I'll get it. Obviously, I didn't anticipate this, so I'll file blood discovery this week and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay, for sure. Absolutely.
Ooh, I missed a dead time. Look at that. Howdy, Northwest. We're enjoying some Fleischer together right now. It's kind of dead in the courtroom. Appears to be a little bit of a dead zone. I didn't get edited out. It's almost like watching our own courtroom related fish tank, right? With a little wolf in the corner. You have the big Fleischer fish over on the right hand side and all the other little fish on.
Elon, how are you, man? What's up? Hey, Elon, who's your case again? Who is it? Who you got? Oh, no one? Oh.
Michelle, they're live during the day at around 9 to 10 a.m. Central Time. This is a replay. The forum is here to just kind of discuss the daily docket. This happened several hours ago.
What? Got it.
Judge, may we approach?
Yeah. Hi, Casey.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I do have a plea for you today on Mr. Bryant.
You say Mr. Bryant?
Yes, Jason Bryant.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Bryant. Oh,
So it is actually not a second.
Your Honor, if I may, it's not a second because our investigator reached out to the county and found that the records were expunged. So,
there's still,
Your Honor, under the code, you can't use expunged records for purpose of enhancement. And we reached out to appellate to confirm that as well as other people, as well as from the AG's office, and they've all.
so what happened? Did it get dismissed?
So
Expunged?
it's a conviction that was
You still
expunged.
enhance it to a second?
We can't use
Not
the
with an
expunged records,
expunction.
Your Honor.
Technically, they shouldn't even know about it.
Yes, that's the issue. So for that reason is why we put a reduction to a first.
So if
Yes.
we could refile it as a first, but we're not allowed, like per our appellate division, we can't use it for enhancement purposes, like to upcharge to a second.
Here's the thing. You've already had one that's dismissed. You now pick up another one, right? You know, when do we say when? When do the proverbial slaps on the wrist stop? You know, how old are you now?
41.
You're 41. When do we get it? You know, do you watch the news? How many times a day do people die in Harris County because of the DWI?
Every day, all the time.
Every freaking day, every single day. And the problem here is that what I have found when we go too low on punishment, with repeat offenders, I have found that they wrap their car around a pole the next week. And that's why I have an extremely hard time of taking another proverbial slap on the wrist if you've even had one dismissed. Because who's to say you've learned anything? Tell me about the facts, will you, please?
Yes, Judge. One moment, Judge. So the facts were the officers were dispatched to a major crash call, and a witness stated he arrived at the accident, observed the defendant sitting in the driver's seat of the vehicle with the engine still on, and saw the defendant get out of the vehicle and sit by a tree. The officers observed the defendant to be sitting under the tree near the vehicle and was.
Did you say there was an accident?
It was a single car accident, Judge.
He had hit a tree, and then he was being treated by HFD upon the arrival of the officers. And the defendant's vehicle had right bumper damage and windshield down and the glove box open from the accident. And that's when the officers found
Two guns.
yes, a loaded handgun on the sidewalk and another single 9mm near the vehicle. And then the officers then observed bloodshot, watery eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of alcohol coming from the defendant. And the defendant was unable to walk due to the injuries from the accident. So the defendant admitted to driving, crashing the vehicle, and owning the firearm. He also admitted to consuming the alcohol. And that's when the defendant was transported to Memorial Hermann by ambulance and was unable to perform SFSTs due to the hospital visit. And a blood draw was performed.
What was the blood?
It came back at 0.153.
Did you guys enhance it to a 15 above?
No, Your Honor, we did not.
How did they even charge it as a second when you're telling me that it's been expunged?
Originally, it was charged using the expunged records because they only ran an NCIC, and for some reason it came up on NCIC when it shouldn't have. That's the issue.
Forever, for the rest of your life, you now see, even if it's expunged, people still see it. Doesn't matter, you know? In the future, going forward, what do you think is going to happen if you get pulled over and an officer looks at your record? Right. From now on, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Bright, I don't want to take this. I don't think it's fair. You know, I don't on any seconds because, you know, there has to be consequence for behavior and it's not fair. This is the last time you will get a proverbial slap on the wrist. I want you to understand that. Anytime you get pulled over, they're going to see all this. You will get taken down. All you have to do is push a button on your freaking phone. $30 to $40 on an Uber will take you anywhere you need to go. Do you understand how much money have you paid them to represent you? How much money have you paid to represent on the first freaking DWI? And now you're back. I'm going to tell you, if you act like a child, I'm going to treat you like a child, and I'm going to put you over on my knee, and I'm going to spank you like a little child. You come back here, but I'm going to do it with a ton of jail time. Do you understand?
Sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never change this or undo this. Do you understand? How to plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated. I will find you guilty. I will send you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for 1. I'm going to suspend your license for a year. Do not drive until you get a license. I am also now going to hit you with the DPS surcharge that you will be required to pay. That is a $3,000 surcharge you're going to be required to pay. You will also be required to pay the court costs, which are around $400 to $500. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to get it one way or the other, because if you don't, every $100 that you owe, you will be sitting 1 day in jail. So you can imagine on a $35,000 to $4,000 bill right now that you're going to get, how much you will sit in jail.
Sure.
I want you to understand that we will not tolerate DWIs in Harris County, and we're gonna get blood one way or the other. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It's just not fair when it's so easy to find another way. You know, I like to drink. I like to drink a lot. I love my mules, really, really spicy. And I love to go out with my wife. How do you think I do it though? Right. And then I can just be towed, you know? But that's the responsible thing to do. And I hope that you really get it from now on, because God forbid you do something that you really can't walk away from. Do you understand?
Sir.
All right. Good luck. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
If you're gonna give them 2 years?
Yeah, sure, of course. Okay, hi, Hugh.
Kendrick Boyd, Docket, and he is in custody. See if we can get a trial setting for him.
Of course.
If we could do either January.
It's so early though, right?
Yes, he has a parole hold, and so kind of everything. I need to get in touch with his parole officer. So.
Hey, did you see this? I'm sorry. I don't see anyone else. So we're talking about Boyd. It's really early. The case is from the end of, beginning of November. So it's only like, what, 35 days, right? Give or take? It's a separate trial.
Okay.
Because it's a parole hold, so, you know, he can't get out. He also has 2 cases upstairs too. So
he's already made bond on those. And I don't think his bond has been.
it doesn't matter with the parole hold, he's just not gonna get out, you know? Are you okay with this? Do you want a couple weeks and then we can set it? What discovery's in?
Since ours, we're still waiting on the 911, I believe. One second.
I think that's the last thing we need is a 911 call.
That is the last thing we need. I will say, since this one just happened from November 7th, it seems fairly new. If we could just have an eval setting so we could see if it's something that's good for trial or not.
Sure, and that's why I want you to be, you know,
Yes, sir.
I don't want to just like throw you guys under the bus. Are you okay with an eval setting?
Yes, that's fine. I'm also going to get in touch with his parole officer. So it's been issues trying to get a number for her and then getting in touch with her. So,
so how long do you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She may say that, hey, if he takes a time serve, it's fine. But we'll.
He's got the Agassol.
What's that? Yes. Yeah, he does have those. Yeah. But those all happened, I guess, before he went on parole. So those are not affected.
What?
Yes.
That's
so he's had those
so
open.
weird.
I know he's had those open for about 3 years now.
Huh. Whoa. Okay. How long do you want?
Maybe 2 weeks.
Evals. Are you okay with that?
Sure, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, 2 weeks. Eval, and then we'll come back. I guess if you're able to get in touch with them, great. And then just let us know. If you still want to set it, then just be ready. I guess at that time, Ms. Siegler said that we'll set it. Okay. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Judge.
Hi. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm covering for Mr. Morgan.
Okay.
Paul explained the following. You have before you a motion to sub on Sam Newton. He is on the docket today.
What's the last name again?
Newton.
Newton.
It's an Isaac.
That's a familiar name. Ms. Chisholm. Ms. Oko.
Yes, Judge, good morning, I'm here.
You're getting subbed out of this case. Newton.
I'm getting subbed on this case?
Yeah.
I heard the name and I was gonna wait for him to finish. Okay, I had just sent an email.
Just wanted to give you a heads up, okay?
That's fine, Judge. Thank you. He's got a couple of felonies as well, so that's fine.
So you just want the day after the felony?
I'm sorry.
You want the day after the felony?
Yeah, well, something went wrong. He was supposed to be here today. In the office, Paul didn't mention that to him. He apologizes that he didn't show up.
Oh, he's not here today here. He's supposed to be here. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Is he MIA from you guys as well? Is he MIA with you guys as well?
No, I don't think he's in MIA. We are in contact with him. He does not have transportation. I think there are mental issues, health issues, and that is the reason that he cannot drive himself. We have been in touch with him this morning, and we told
You
him.
have good contact with him?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy that if you guys have good contact with him. If you want to guys, I mean, I guess he bonded out of jail and that's why he needed to be here for any kind of conditions. Bottom of 22. My feeling is that he probably just got out of custody. I don't know. I mean, otherwise, why would we need him here, right? Yeah, but I mean, it's a failure to ID. I'm not going to put any conditions on it. So I can just give you one after the felony. Sure. We'll waive it. And I guess just keep us in the loop what happens upstairs. He's on probation or that PCS picks up. Oh my God, the case is so old.
I know.
I guess we'll just track it. We'll put you after the felony and we'll waive it.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you. And
Tell Paul hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tell Paul hello, please. We're offended that he couldn't come and say hello. Please.
I will tell him, but it will be a delight to tell him.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, take care. Hi. You ready? All right, Ms. Oko, you ready?
Yes, Judge, I am.
Who do you want to talk about?
Mr. Roscoe, Kenyon Roscoe.
Roscoe Pico Co-Train. You know who that was? Dukes of Hazzard. Come on.
This is a little bit before.
I used to love it. What was the last name again?
Roscoe.
Okay, what would you like, Ms. Oko?
He's going to waive. He needed an explanation as to what a waiver was. So I just explained it to him and he's okay with it.
So he's keeping the waiver?
He needs to sign one.
He never signed.
Sign one. Okay. You want me to bring him out, right?
Yeah, I think.
They bringing him out? Hey, did you, Stephen, I printed something out there. You see it? Yeah.
Yeah, she put it to the side. I'll bring it up there.
No, it's for them. Yeah. We give it to Miss Siegler. Hey, I printed that out for you, Miss Siegler. Kelsey, I printed it out for you. Have you seen that? Have you seen that?
Not yet, sir.
You might get a lot more trials now, you know? All right, good morning.
Morning.
Come on up. You are Mr. Roscoe.
Sir.
Mr. Roscoe, you are wanted out of the state of Los Angeles, California for a robbery charge. Are you waiving formal extradition, sir?
Say one more time?
Are you waiving formal extradition?
Yes, with a.
The 14 days.
Yes.
Right, so California has 14 days to come get you. If they don't come get you, at that point, we release you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we need you to sign the document real quick. Here's a pen. If you need one. You look so young. 20? Oh, okay, yeah, that's it. We're good. All right, thanks, guys. All right, good luck, sir.
All right, Judge, may I be excused?
Thanks.
That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
Thank
Go.
you. Thank you, Amy.
Take care.
Yes, sir, Judge, you too.
And 49.04, that's DWI, right? Yeah.
Did you see George made his own badge? I can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so look at,
I had another one before that was real cowhide. Badge fell off.
Okay, I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
Hi, Judge. I have a Kirk Vander slice.
Okay.
So I guess short summary, and then I was told last night that they've talked about the case and they wanted to withdraw the offer that Michael had made. And Michael and I had talked about the offer verbally.
What's it?
It was a year probation with DWI second conditions.
Okay.
So I guess Michael left, but I had come to talk to Michael, I think it was last week or the week before, right around the time I did the plea on that other case.
So it wasn't written in.
Yeah, I just said we're taking the plea bargain on the other one, but it's, yeah.
And Judge, I wasn't there when they had their conversation. So I didn't.
Offering now.
365 days county.
Really? Just county time, nothing else? I don't know anything about the case.
Okay, there's a couple maybe things that I told Michael and that they don't understand about the case. First of all, there's a judgment that is listed incorrectly in the computer system as a DWI conviction, and it's a reckless driving. I had the judgment. I think I showed you that the first time.
I know, I have not seen anything with this case.
And then the other problem is he has a prior for murder. So if you see.
That murder conviction is why I withdrew the probation officer upon my bureau chief's request.
Now not all murders are the same, as we know. So in this particular case, he went to a jury trial and he got the low end of the punishment. And so it's sort of.
So I don't see any of this in Harris County. Where is it?
It was all in Dallas County, Judge. And this is the third DWI charge that the defendant catches.
Why not file it as a felony?
Well, the second one was dismissed because he was convicted of murder. And
Got it. Was the murder in relation to a car accident?
it was, no, the DWI was after. He was while he was out on bond for murder.
Got it.
Yes, and that's when he called the second DWI. And I called defense last night to give him the courtesy of letting him know that upon speaking with my bureau chief that we were gonna be withdrawing the offer because I didn't know why Michael had put in a 1-year probation on a case where.
This should have been, but the problem is, Mr. Radio.
I've tried to tell her why Michael did that is because he's technically a first offender. Since it got reduced to reckless driving, we said we'll plead it as a second offender. And I went over the murder case facts with Michael to his satisfaction.
Problem is that you got it from the bureau chief.
Mhm.
So.
Yes.
That's a trump card, I understand.
Right, and the problem is I think that if she deviates from that, she might potentially get in trouble. So.
We've talked about that both last night.
If you want, I mean, it's 188 days, it's old, so I can give you today's what, Wednesday to like Monday. If you
There's
wanna
also
down to-
really, there's really questionable driving facts since he was parked for at least 40 minutes before the police arrived. And so we had been doing an investigation on that, and we kind of stopped the investigation, you know, when I got the plea. So my investigator has surveillance videos that I'd like to share with her. Obviously, if you have a murder conviction, sometimes maybe he was sleeping in his car for reasons.
What kind of sentence did he get on the murder case?
It was 10 years.
He went to a
TBC.
jury trial and he got 10 years. He was offered 5. So as far as a murder case goes.
How long did he actually do on the 10?
How long did he do on the 10?
At least 5, right? Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah, it's a 3G offense, so
Yeah.
3G, you have to do at least half before you're even eligible for parole, right?
From what he told me about the case, it was a very close self-defense case to the point that he was being a good Samaritan in a way and ended up with a bad person in his house. And that basically tried to kill him, and then he had to defend himself in his own house. But he invited the person in and was trying to help him at the time. They were on meth and they were very large.
So I reached
So-
out to our investigator last night and she contacted me this morning and I asked her to pull the offense report for the murder. And she's on that, so I should have that.
But I mean, regardless, your bureau chief has told you.
Yeah, so what
Right?
yes, Judge, so I asked the defense to just put everything for me in an email, like
Who
every,
is it? Who's your bureau chief?
Caroline Dozier.
Oh, that's right. I found her to be really reasonable. I like her a lot.
She is.
She's real funny. I like her. So-
She's a great chief. So
I think-
I'll go back and talk to her based on the conversation I just had with the
I don't want to
defense.
wait too long though, because it's 190 days.
So there's 2 knee-jerk reactions. First is you think he's got 3 DWIs with 1 conviction.
I'm not going to hold, look,
There's 0 DWI.
keeping an open mind. I'm not
Okay.
saying anything. I'm not. I first want to see if you guys can come up to an agreement.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Also,
yeah.
Judge, the
Let's see if
blood
that-
alcohol was 0.318,
Oh
which
my
is
God,
also
that's-
why
Ooh.
Chief Dozier wanted the.
So let's do this.
So
Between now and the next setting, reach out to Mrs. Dozier. You guys powwow, see if there's something that you can come up, with an agreement.
Yeah.
If so, then let's talk again. If not, I mean, it's either that or we have to set it,
Michael is, as you know, a reasonable person, so.
But it's
there
not,
was-
it's out of Michael's
I
hands.
know, but there was a reason why he offered me what he did, and part of that is the driving facts. I just want the court. And then,
Problem is that probably should have taken it at that time. No?
correct.
Right, but
Yeah.
in hindsight, what's the saying,
It's 2020.
right? You never, that's why, either that or it's always in writing. And I've made that mistake many a time where I get, someone tells me something and then I never get it put in writing.
35
And then I come
years,
back and I'm
I
like-
regret it 3 times that I didn't get things in writing. but
Yeah.
This is the 3rd.
So look, Mr. Rayo, I'll give you a week,
Okay.
see what you can do. When we come back in a week, hopefully you guys can have an accord. If not, then we'll set it. Or he pleads to, or without, you can always do without if your guys are happy with doing that. I don't know what I would do. I really don't. So I don't know. You got a week.
And he went to a jury trial, so there's gonna be a transcript of what happened if anybody needs it, So,
But be ready though.
yeah.
I don't know who's got that, how long it'll take you to get, right. Well, and I mean, I don't know if that's gonna make a big dent anyways. I don't
Because
know.
I'll do it,
No?
but
But first, I guess, talk with her to see how much she's willing to.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and if it's just a hard line, no, then at least if it's a hard stance, right, at least nothing that you're gonna do is will change her position, but at least if she's,
I can see why she did what she did based on
sure.
the paperwork I have.
You have mitigating circumstances that provide it, and let's see what she says. Yeah,
It doesn't look good on paper, put it that way.
Okay.
All right.
all right, guys,
Thank you, counsel.
good luck.
Judge, how much time on our?
A week. Yeah. Josh, did you want to talk about something? Hey.
First was Imani Johnson.
Okay.
I think we're still trying to verify the restitution amount.
We've been doing this since August. It's
Right.
unreasonable. No way. Just, it's been for 4 months. You've been trying to do it. It's, you go without it. They don't want it. They don't want it.
Yes, Judge, we do have a time served offer on the table.
Okay. So that's up to you. It's old. So do you have a probation officer?
No, Judge, but I'm happy to put one in.
You said Johnson, right?
Maybe I can defer.
Yeah, I guess Josh, let me know what you want to do, you know? Who's your second person?
Second one, Judge, is going to be Paige Brown in custody.
Oh, if she's in custody?
Yes, Judge.
Do you mind bringing her out?
We've both been trying to reach the home to see if she can go back, but we haven't been able to get through yet.
I tried calling the, sorry, go ahead.
Go.
Oh, I was gonna say, I tried calling the complainant. We weren't able to get a hold of her. We tried calling, I believe it's her husband, it's her emergency contact. We left a voicemail with him. The only number I could find for the group home online is disconnected. So I think that Josh maybe has one that we can use.
And I was trying to go back. Yeah, I was looking through my notes because I know we talked to her at the bench at one point. And
I think I may have, that's why this calendar is from 2018. I still have the number.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we should have it, I'm happy to.
Are we talking about Mr. Cedric?
Sorry, it's on Paige Brown. Oh,
No. The phone number?
Not sure what the contact person's name was. Yeah.
What's the name?
Paige Brown is the defendant.
Oh, I know the defendant. I mean, the complaining.
The complainant is Chanson Cobbs for the second case, the most recent, and then Rebecca Ekway is the.
I didn't write down. The good thing is that now she didn't follow through. It was a threat, but a threat nonetheless, but at least now she didn't follow through. Whereas before, she would have. I don't know if it's good, but.
Andrew's life.
Hi, Ms. Brown. How are you? I'm sorry to see you in this circumstance. You know, you now picked up a terroristic threat, serious bodily injury. You're facing a year in jail. You know, the thing that I told all them that I'm happy that you didn't follow through. That, you know, sticks and stones, right? But words can hurt sometimes, right? As you now see, you've now picked up a new case. I don't know how we go forward now. What do we do? I don't know either. You're 19, right? Where do we go? Because you had a home to go to, but we don't know if we can put you back in the home. No way under any circumstance am I going to let you just out on the street. That's a death sentence. Because where would you go? Who are you going to be with? How are you going to eat? I can't do that. We can't just give you a PR bond. I have to know where you're going to go, who you're going to be with, so we don't set you up for failure. Do you know the phone number to that house? Have you given it to Josh? Okay, don't say it out loud. If you can write it down, we're going to try to get in contact with them. We can call now so that we can see if they're willing to take you back. And then we'll go from there, because I don't know how we're going to go forward. I don't want to let you out on the street. Is there anyone here, do you know, for her? You've been in contact with the caseworker, social worker, or no?
There's a caseworker and then also her appointed guardian.
Have you talked to them lately?
Not since this new case.
Okay, so I guess, can we try to do that today. Let's roll it to tomorrow. Let's see, are they gonna accept her back? If not, how do we go forward? I don't want to keep you here for a long time, but I don't know how to go forward at this time. So let's give it a day. Let's see what Josh can find and then we'll bring you back, okay? All right, sticks and stones, I'm glad that you didn't follow through. That's good. Now, we have to get you to learn self-control so that you don't flip out. That's the name of the game now, all right? Think about it. Okay, all right, thanks. Antonio.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is a new appointment, Sandra Dawn Stumbo. It's a 2019 case. State, apparently there's no evidence, and I guess they want to evaluate it for dismissal.
Yes, Judge. Right now, we just put in the request because at the time, I guess they didn't request the body cam and dash, so we just, yes, Judge.
Oof.
We're gonna reach out to see if we can get that within the next week or so, 2 weeks.
No, I'm not going long. I mean, this case is, if you guys didn't do it back then, hey,
Yes,
this
Judge,
case is
why
over
I
2,000 days old.
That we're gonna look, see what we do have, and we will likely be willing to dismiss after we look at it briefly.
Okay, let's set it a week.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to waive her appearance.
All right.
Come up, Ms. Stumbo. If you ever take off on me again, there are going to be so many zeros behind that bond. You're going to be looking at 59s. Do you understand? You must be back in a week so we can determine where we're going to go with this case.
Can I explain why?
Doesn't matter. You have to understand, your excuse goes in one ear, goes out the other. The only thing that matters are choices. You can either make a good choice in life or you can make the wrong choice. When you show up to court, good things happen. And when you don't, there's consequence. You're old enough to understand that. Like I said, you take off on me again, get ready, because it's going to be a long ride. Okay, Antonio, we'll see you in a week.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Ms. Garcia.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hey,
Yes,
good morning.
I'm here on my client, Angel Rodriguez. Your Honor, my client finally gave me all the documentation I need for the mitigation. It'll be filed this afternoon.
Okay. We need him here to be able to do a TRAS though, so.
Yes, sir.
I guess, can we set him for next week to come in to do the TRAS?
Yes, sir.
Pick a day next week.
Yes, I will do that, sir. I think the 18th, Your Honor.
Victoria, what do you say? Is that okay? And Edna's, top of page 25. Yeah, that's a good day.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Just let him know he must be here to do the TRAS and then we'll send him on his way. And then after that, we'll give you like 2.5 weeks to get everything else.
Thank you so much, sir. May I be excused?
Give me a second. Did you want to add anything?
Nothing for her, no, Judge.
Okay, all right. Yes, Ms. Garcia, thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good day.
Judge, I was just approaching because I was able to get in contact with the group home and it looks like they will take Miss Brown back.
Right.
If you release her. So I don't know where Josh went, but
So now I guess what we need to do is somehow make travel arrangements so that we don't just let her out of jail and she's stuck on, I guess, see if Josh can get that done, you know? Is the complaining witness still at that house?
I'm not sure, Judge. I can go ask you.
Yeah, and then who is the complaining witness? Are they still there? Is there a way to separate them? And then I guess what's the dynamic, if you don't mind?
Understand the setup of this group home?
Well, hold on. Let me get Josh. Is Josh back there? You know?
What's still next door? Oh, we'll see if he's over there.
I mean, don't worry about it. I can text him. Hold on. I have his number.
He's probably, getting that information. If he's over there, do you want me to bring her also?
Let me see. Let me just text him to stop by and then we'll go. You ready? Okay.
She was able to speak with, I think it's Patrice at the group.
She's the caseworker for the page.
Sounds like they said they could make no contact work as far as they have separate buildings, I think. So they said that they would just keep Miss Brown in a different building than the CW.
Now, logistically, how are we going to work getting her there?
Right.
That's the next thing. I think that somehow, do you mind giving him the phone number? Perhaps he can reach, or do you have it?
Because I called her and she said, oh, I just got off the phone with the prosecutor. I said, okay, I'll
Do you mind seeing, is there someone that can pick her up?
Yes.
Because we can, what I'm thinking is we can, if they're willing to do it today, I'll do a PR bond for Fleischer. Can we do a 2 o'clock release today? Or does it have to be tomorrow?
I can do, if you want her to go to a specific place and be released only to a specific person. I can
Correct.
do a special release.
That's what we, yeah.
I have to be tomorrow.
Okay, so then that's what we need to do. Is if you don't mind, reach out to them. We need a name. What else? Do you need an address and phone number or?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a phone number, email address, the name.
If hopefully they're able to pick her up, say we usually do it around 2 o'clock tomorrow. And then if they're okay with that, then we'll do that. Please.
I need the address too.
Address, phone, and email.
I need an order,
Yeah.
like release instructions.
Yeah. Do you remember how, like on the mental health case, the same
Right, I've
thing?
done that before, yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a blank one?
I don't, how do we do
I
it?
don't have a blank one, but I've seen.
I have one in my email that I think Shreya emailed it to me for that last case. So I can-
Okay, yeah.
And
Perfect.
then, yes, we'll get the information, put all that in order, and bring that tomorrow.
Okay. And then I want to admonish her.
I need
Okay.
an order today. We need to do.
Yeah, the order's got to get done today because it needs to be done today for tomorrow. Stephen, do you mind bringing out Miss Brown again, please? Hey, you ready?
Yeah.
We're just waiting on someone. Talk to me. Of course.
Yes, Your Honor. I am approaching Mr. Jesse Johnson. So we're at 183 today.
Yeah, it's time. Do you have an offer on the case?
Yes, so I have been going back and forth with the state regarding the offers we've kind of just negotiated. Right now, we are at a 6-month deferred offer with Thinking for a Change.
It's a great offer.
Right. So yeah,
But-
we've come down to that, and he actually has already started the Thinking for a Change.
Oh, wait, no. You got to do it through probation though.
So it's a program that is, works with the Harris County Probation Department.
I would make sure, it's not a good idea to just start it out right because a lot of times they do the wrong one and then they just have to do it over again. I've seen it time and again. So I would just wait. First, make sure that it's the right one before they just start doing it.
Okay.
The idea is to probably, if that's what you guys are gonna do, get it started early or
Mhm.
get it done as, so that way,
Right, and so that also brings me to my next question. So with it being a if it's a 6-month on paper, let's say it does
you want
qualify.
early termination.
Correct. What is the earliest that it would
We
only?
usually do half the time at least.
Okay.
So if you do a 6-month deferred, if he's got everything done, he's done well, he's nice to everybody, then we usually terminate half the time.
Okay.
If they don't have any issues.
Program is done before the 3 months, would the court consider that?
No, at least, he's got to do half the time, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna, after 3 weeks, take him off,
Right,
No,
right.
I want to make sure that we're at least
Correct.
some.
Correct. Okay, so I mean, that's where we are right now.
Is he here now?
He's here.
Do it now instead of delaying the inevitable?
Well, no, because so the CW didn't provided another rip, and it seems like CW kind of is seeming to kind of go, I guess, on the other side of like saying now he's feeling bad.
We need to get, I mean, if,
This is an offer put in by my chief. We've ripped twice.
Right. So I just want to follow up and see if CW is gonna show up, like if that's where he
you
is.
don't really have to until trial though.
Well, correct, but I mean, CW and my client have been neighbors, and then it seems like this whole situation has just been blown out of proportion.
What do you want?
Like, what I'm asking for is if it could be like a PTI, same conditions, but when he's done with the thinking for a change, because he's already done like almost 30 AA meetings. I asked that he.
I don't know if they're willing to offer a PTI.
Correct. Well, when at this time they're on the deferred, right? But my thing is because again, because of the age of the case and my client having to like, check in, do all that and be very cognizant of like everything, right? It would just continue to like draw it out. And if he was to be able to be done by like January or something and have the option to have it dismissed, but that would only be if it was a PTI. Not at this time.
So I don't know if they will. I mean, just doing it, I don't know if that increases the chances of you getting a BTI,
Right.
But ultimately what happened is that it's delaying the inevitable, so a lot of times people just don't want to get found. And, people just don't want to be found. Complaining witnesses, if they don't want to be found, you're not going to find them, but we still have to go forward. So the case is 183 days old. I mean, how much time do you want? I'm not doing 30 because that's just too
No,
much.
I mean, if you could just give me like a couple of weeks and then that way we could find out. And if not, then client pleads on that day and we can.
Okay, I'll give you 2 weeks, but it's clear trial at that time.
Correct.
No ifs,
that
ands, or
is-
buts, right?
Yes, sir. That works.
Done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
For sure.
Maybe it's.
Yeah, and obviously it has to be here at the next session.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
2 days.
2 days? Weeks?
2 days.
You said 2 days?
I'm just kidding. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I thought you said 2 hours.
Oh my God. Oh, wait, you're gonna be here at 1:30?
Sure.
The heck? No.
I will. I have to be.
Okay. Ms. Brown. I don't know how many times we're really going to bend over backwards to continue to let you out of jail. At some point, your actions become your own. I understand that you've had a hard life. I understand that you've not had people in there to guide you. That's why we are here now. We want to help you. We want to lead you in that right direction. But at some point in this life, your actions become your own, and you cannot continue to blame this, that, upbringing. Just, you have to know what is right. You have to know what is wrong. And the most important thing is self-control. You have to learn self-control. 90% of the people that are in jail, because they have no self-control. They act without thinking. They speak without thinking. If I say this, what's going to happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? That's what you have to do. You're going to get upset again. It's going to happen. But you have to control yourself. Do you understand? What did I just say? What else?
Sometimes you have to control it.
Self-control. Do you understand? I'm going to give you one more short example, okay? If you get into a pissing match, if you get into a fight with someone who has power, like the power of arrest, like a police officer, someone who has the power to put you in a segregated room, if you get into a fight with this person, you're nearly going to lose every time. But if you tuck your tail between your legs and own it, more than likely they're going to let you go. I've used this example a lot. A while ago, I got pulled over by an officer. I was driving and I stopped. There's a stop sign there, right? Or I think, no, it was a red light. And it turned green. No, it was a stop sign. And I get to the stop sign and I stop, but it was maybe for like a second. Cop comes behind me, woo, pulls me over and comes to my window, extremely aggressive. Why didn't you stop? What's wrong with you? You really could have injured someone. You know, officer, you're right. I'm sorry. I messed up. It was stupid of me. I won't do it again. And I'm really sorry. You know what he did? What do you think he did? Yeah. What do you think he would have done if I said, no, that's bullshit. I didn't do it. I stopped. I swear to God, I stopped. You're wrong, officer. What do you think he would have done? Well, or probably just given me a ticket. But if you tuck your tail between your legs and own it, 9 times out of 10, good things are going to happen. That's what you need to learn. Self-control. And you know what? Even if you're right and they're wrong, it's okay. It's not a big deal. But that's how we live. That's how we mature. That's how we grow up. Your actions now are your own. You have to realize that. We're working hard to get you out. So Josh and Morgan here have gone above and beyond the call of duty to try to get you out of here so you don't sit and languish in jail. We're working hard for you, but we can't keep you doing this. At some point, it's not going to happen again. So if you come back with a third case, if you are unable to control yourself and something happens and you either hit someone, or violate conditions again, get ready to stay with us. Do you understand? What did we learn today? Self-control. It's not hard. You're going to get upset, but just relax and everything will be fine. All right? Okay. So what we're due, have you spoken to them yet? You know? All right. We're working. We can't get you out today. It'll be tomorrow. We're trying to get you out hopefully by 2:00 tomorrow. The only thing that's pending now is we need someone to pick you up. So that's what Josh is doing right now to try to get someone to pick you up. If he can find someone, we'll get you out hopefully by 2:00 tomorrow. You'll be in there. Now, I don't want you to have contact with, who is it?
Chance and Cobbs.
Say it again.
Chance and Cobbs.
Do you know who this is? Please don't have any contact with this person. Don't have any weapons. Also, with the assault that you have, you're not to have contact with this person too. You understand? As long as you can do that, self-control, we are all happy. Okay? All right, Ms. Brown. Good luck. See you tomorrow. Thanks, Josh.
For Chance and Cobbs and Douglas on her probation for the assault.
You know, add those.
Okay.
Yeah, add on the probation. We'll just continue it. No contact, and then no weapons, and then what are we going to do with the other case? I guess take your time. I'll waive her appearance for now. Hopefully she's. Did we ever do a TRAS?
Oh, we did. So I can
Email me back and said she's gonna reach out to the CSO, her clients to see if she's gonna go.
Okay, does she know this?
I'm assuming it's.
Okay.
I'll reiterate that.
Okay, as soon as she's done signing, I'm going to reiterate to her that we expect you to.
Judge, I also had one I was gonna ask you about that was Alex. Yeah. Laverne, LAV.
Hey, did you appoint her? Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
wait, hold, Stephen, Ms. Brown, remember, one more thing. You will be in the mental health intensive caseload, okay? This is also to help you out. I expect you to still do this, okay? It's an anger management class, and we just want to monitor you to make sure everything's going well. So I'm going to continue your probation now, okay? I want you to continue with it, continue to do what you're supposed to do. Do you understand? So just keep doing what you're doing, be nice, and Shatori will tell you exactly what you need to do, okay? Okay, Ms. Brown, best of luck. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
And also put in Ms. Laverne, Laverne.
Laverne, that's it.
She was sent for a test.
And?
Just alcohol. It's only-
Come up, Ms. Laverne. How old are you, ma'am? Okay. No more alcohol, no more illegal drugs. Now, you only tested positive for alcohol. Good, but I don't want it for the foreseeable future for now. All right. Have you guys got the rip done? thought I saw Conrad here. He took off.
Your Honor, the RIP has not been completed on this one.
Conrad's in trial today, Judge, so I
Okay.
mean, we can ask him,
Just
but.
don't rush. I mean, if he's in trial, he's in trial. Let's not bother him, really. So Ms. Laverne, I don't want you to have contact with this person. I don't want you to have any weapons. You got out of jail because we gave you a PR bond. You're not gonna get another one. You gotta understand, you pick up a new case, you violate conditions, your bond hits $5,000 to $10,000. If you don't have anyone to pony up that money, you'll be stuck like Chuck. So just understand that. We're not asking for much. Be nice. It's not hard. You understand? No contact with this person. I've given you a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Josh. If Josh tells me he can't get a hold of you, ixnay on the PR bond A. Do you understand what that means? No more PR bond. Be nice. It's not hard. All right? Okay, man. We'll just have you sign a reset. And we'll have you get with Fleischer if your bond finishes, and then you're free to go. Okay. Thanks, Josh. Okay, ready?
Yes, sir. I'm reapproaching.
You're back.
Yeah, so the next week is a crazy week for y'all, and then the following week, 2 weeks out is like Christmas time. So we'll just put it on the trial docket at this point and then see if we can get it figured out in the next couple of weeks. Because where are we at on the trial docket?
I don't want to set it out to February just for, I mean, really,
Yeah, we started the higher deferment reduced it to 6, and we're still talking about it, but that's what I was comfortable with at this time, so I couldn't go lower right now with the offer.
I don't think it's gonna,
And I mean, if it just comes down to it, I mean, we may just have them come in off docket at the beginning of the year once like the holidays are up and if he wants to just play it at that time.
I'm not setting it to February. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I'll set you to if you want to set it for trial, I'm gonna set it for the beginning of January, and then, I mean, I'm telling you, we're delaying the inevitable, right? If you're gonna go, great, but I mean,
We can talk to Caroline Dozier today about it too, and see if she has a different thought to award a trial, if it's possible to resolve it that way. That was just what I was comfortable with the offer. We could talk to her this afternoon.
we do that and roll it to tomorrow and I'll waive his appearance,
That'll work.
okay? And then, but what's his last name again? Do you have other criminal history besides the prior DWI?
There was an assault out of Corsicana, I think that was pled down to a deadly conduct. I want to say,
Right, and
so
he
the
had a
conviction was a deadly
deferred.
conduct.
So he did a deferred on that?
He did a 2-year deferred on the deadly conduct.
He's
No?
2 DWIs, yeah, just two DWIs in the deadly
And how
conduct.
bad was this case? You have significant injury or?
On the deadly conduct, Judge?
No, on our case here.
Oh, on our case, it was.
I'm just curious.
They got into another neighbors and they got into an argument. And I think when the complainant was walking away, he like punched him in the back of the head.
But they were at my client's house and my client's garage, when all this allegedly happened.
I know, I know you're trying to be as zealous as possible. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Correct.
I get it, right? I guess we'll roll it to tomorrow. Just be careful what you wish for, Some are reasonable, some aren't. You gotta, so I guess we'll roll it to tomorrow. I'll waive his appearance. If you're gonna end up setting it for trial, it's gonna be, I'm telling you now, it's gonna be early January. I'm not going to February,
Okay.
And then other than that, I guess let's come back tomorrow and we'll see what happens. Okay,
All
all
right,
right,
thank you, Your Honor.
for sure. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Conrad, I heard you're in trial.
I am in trial, Judge.
Trying.
Oh, a sole family member.
Of course. You ready? Hi, how are you?
Good, Judge. Good to see you.
You too.
Your Honor, I have
What's
this
up?
Akita on your docket. He's got a number of cases.
I don't see it. Oh, is he in custody?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Caramba la bamba.
Yes, Judge.
What are we gonna do?
It looks like we need to set a trial date, Judge.
Okay.
I've asked him to dismiss it, Judge.
And the thing is that once you set it, perhaps, because he's got a lot of things upstairs. So,
Judge.
have you spoken to upstairs yet?
I've sent them a question. They said, let me make sure this is the right one, so I don't get bad information.
Especially if,
They said it's gonna be a while before anything happens on the felony, so go ahead.
that's presumably right. There's so many things. I mean, that up there, I bet you that takes 2 years to resolve,
They said, we've got complainant on board. It's a violent case against a family member, so.
Okay, it's up to you guys. I mean, if you guys are ready, but it's only 130. Are you sure? You ready?
No, we can have a regular setting. That's fine. with
It's up
me.
to you.
I just
Tell me.
know I'm not going to recommend my client take any plea deal at this point.
You have time. It's 130 days old. If you want more time, happy to give you more time. If you want to set it, I'm also happy to do that.
Okay, in that case, Judge, could we just get a normal reset?
Absolutely. So I'll tell you now, we're not setting cases until probably like mid or beginning of February anyways. So when we come back, I mean, it's probably going to be that same around time anyways.
Yes, sir.
About February, if you're ready to set it the next time, it doesn't matter to me, not until we get to like 180, 190 or something.
Yes, sir. That works.
Any of the felony setting next week, and you might have another one before that date anyway, so there's always the possibility.
Have they made an offer on the felonies?
No, so we're having a bond hearing, Judge, because they're trying to no bond him.
There is an offer on at least one of the felonies.
Which one is that? The
The,
UMV?
yeah, that one's the UMV.
No, I don't think there's any offers on there.
Yeah, I think that's a low.
Yeah, I don't think there's on the new.
On the new ones, they're probably too soon for them to have offers.
So he
on.
said, Judge, on the 18th for a bond hearing, 11B hearing. So that's why he said it's pretty early on.
What is it? 60 days, right? That they can do?
Yes, Judge. At that point, he's entitled to a bond.
Okay, yeah, I guess you tell me, do you want to do the day after that bond hearing? Because if he bonds out or if he gets a bond, we still have a bond here as well. So.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No,
Um,
whatever you want. Think about it and just, So that the 18th is that's next Wednesday. So we could presumably do the 19th to see how it goes over there.
That's fine, Judge. We could just do the 18th.
Same day.
I
Do you want to do that?
I can't, not when he's in custody, because I can't have both bodies in one.
Oh, I see.
So we have to do either the day, not the day before, it doesn't make sense, right? But the day after.
Okay, could we do the day after, and then if he's no bonded, then we can just email the court?
Then we'll do, yeah, and I'm happy to do that, so you don't have to come back.
Yes, sir.
If it's still at no bond, just email us and then whatever day you want, we're happy to give you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Council, did you sign everything?
I did, yeah.
Are you ready? I don't even know what we're doing, but I mean.
Oh, doing the plea.
Okay, I'm ready when you are. If you guys worked through the upstairs as well, do we know what, if anything?
No, we're still dealing with it, but,
I guess because I have to admonish him, just the acceptance could be a revocation upstairs.
you're right. Yeah.
We spoke to 88 Ryan Freed. He said that he's been transferred to Star Court so that there's not going to be an MHA.
Wonderful. You? Everything good? Just a lot of drama, a lot of drama.
You want to take some time off? Not really.
No, I think that one of these weekends that we're gonna go to Six Flags in San Antonio.
Okay.
Just gonna hang out there, but that's the extent. I'm not going anywhere. Next year, I want to go out of the country, but it's getting ready for that. So no. You, what are you doing? Anything good?
No. Yeah. So.
No, I'm so hurt. It sucks.
I know. Right. Tell me that we're here. So we know really long 21st. That pretty much any plan for me.
It sucks. Well, time heals all wounds. That's a good thing,
Oh, yeah. So not too much of nothing, but some of my family that's not normally here is gonna be here, so I might try to just
hang out
do some in my house.
Good morning, Ms. Rocking Pelu. Did we really have another bond violation?
No. We think remember this is an issue we were having where it was incorrect.
Oh, so we're still, but nothing new has happened?
No, nothing new.
Okay.
And so we're just trying to get them past it. We were gonna have a hearing about it, but we just decided to do a time serve on this and then deal with the Star Court stuff upstairs and just be done with it.
Are you guys familiar with what Star Court is? I have no idea.
Actually, I am actually, because I used to.
Okay, what is
Star
it?
Court is a drug intervention. It's kind of like the sober court where they're actually report to the court in front of the judge. They have probation officers. They have basically a
So it's a
attorney for them.
Sober court for felony cases?
Right, for drug cases, yes.
Do they go into treatment? Is it outpatient, intensive?
They can actually go
It
into it.
depends because it's for our sober court, it only addresses alcohol, and drug court is drugs and alcohol, so it just depends on what the client's issues are. But they do participate in treatment.
You're on two very serious felony probations for 2 DWI thirds. I cannot imagine that they're gonna bend over backwards to help you as many times as they have, Mr. Akingpelu. Really? I mean, when do we say when? The courts here we're not asking much from you. Really, we're not. The only thing that we're asking from you is don't drive and don't drink alcohol. That's literally the only thing we're asking you to do. And you come back over and over and over and over. And at some point, excuses lose value. If my kid makes a mistake and I tell him, okay, bud, don't do it again. And he does it again. All right, come on, man, I told you. And he does it a third time and he does it a fourth time. Do you think a sorry means anything? No. That's what we have here, over and over and over, like a little child. It's time to grow up before they throw your ass in prison. I mean, what is it really going to take? Some people really only learn the hard way. Is that what's going to happen to you, Mr. Akingpelu? Only time will tell. You now stand charged with driving on a suspended license. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 3 days that you've done. You need to understand a couple very important things. Number one, it's going to go on your record. You're now facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up in here. Number one. Number two, the fact that you are on probation, you're pleading guilty to this offense, they can revoke your probation And this can result in further confinement. It can result in you ending up back in TDC. You're looking at 2 to 10 of the penitentiary if you pick up any more cases. You also need to understand that it's possible that DPS suspends your license on top of this. I have no control what DPS does, but they're probably going to suspend your license. Don't start driving. It is a condition of your probation now. You are not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock on it. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of driving while your license is suspended? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Don't come back. Really. And please, don't kill someone. I'm begging you, don't kill someone on the road. Good luck. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Mr. Atkins, do you need a payment plan for the courthouse?
I want you to be honest with me. If I think you're lying, it's not going to go well. How much money do you make a month? You know exactly how much money you make.
Judge found
He's paying. Yeah.
Does he need a treatment one?
Oh, yeah, I don't know anything about it yet, so.
So we need others, yeah, only time.
It's downstairs, that's where they set it up. I don't set it up.
So you feel like, well, this Conway Road. Okay.
You need to understand that if you don't pay, you will go to jail. Do you understand? Okay. Josh.
I set an update for Miss Brown, so I called the home. They said that they would have transportation for her, but they won't know until 3 o'clock today exactly what time and who the person might be.
Tell her that it's like 2 o'clock. I mean, I don't, can we waiver on the time that they pick Miss Brown up tomorrow? Can we change the time that they pick Miss Brown up, or does it have to be 2 o'clock?
It doesn't have to be at 2, but I mean, you can decide you want. But I don't know how early they can get there.
Okay, can you, hopefully not in the morning, but in the afternoon, because they need to process her out, right? So it needs time. So I guess let us know, you can text me what time, and then I can let Melissa know to put the entry in, because we need to do a directive for the time to release. But you can text me, because you got my number. He doesn't know what time. They're gonna when are they gonna reach out to you?
She said she'd be available at 3 today, to know.
Okay, so you'll still be at work, right?
Yeah, but I need you to sign it.
I'll sign it. It's not a problem.
How are you gonna sign it? Will you?
While at home.
e-file it?
I can e-file it.
Okay.
And then I have a computer at home, and then she'll still be here, so we can do it. Just text me what time. But it's got to be in the afternoon. Don't morning it, because then, and then let me know, and then I'll send it to her, and then I can sign it again.
Makes sense. Okay.
Send me an email as well.
Yes. Yeah. We can. Judge, I had a quick question for you also on Booker. So you said that we could reset her. She went and did a drug test today and was clear.
Great.
So I was gonna see if we could reset her out till after the new year. She'd been coming back for GED proof.
That's right. Yeah, I'm okay with
She
that.
showed me, she's called, almost a dozen different places. She's working to get into it. I think that I think it's the timing of the year. It's somewhere.
Come on, Ms. Booker.
Yeah.
But that's like a month, and I want to make sure that is she in and doing the studies, or she hasn't gotten in yet?
She showed me a lot of screenshots. People are responding, and we're gonna get back to you. And she's spoken with people in person.
Yeah, I spoke
So what's happening?
I spoke to Mr. Charles Jackson on the career and recovery. He says.
Oh, yes. Isn't that the guy that we spoke to?
She was here, you spoke to him on the phone.
Was it regarding her case, or was that someone else?
I want to say hers.
So we didn't have the specific
Yeah.
last time we were here. We got the list at the end of the last session.
Who's that with?
But he said he wasn't taking any clients until January 8th.
Oh, this is a great guy. We had him, we had him on another person. And remember, I called and it wasn't her, Stephen, it was someone else. And God, who was it?
It was Connor's client. Statutory.
Here, see,
Yes, right. Good job. Dan, you're the best. You're so good.
Yeah,
He's a good guy. I like him.
I did speak to him.
Okay, so then if he's, okay, I'm willing to wait for you to get with Mr. Jackson. But
Okay, yeah.
get on the list, don't mess around.
I'm not, of course.
Okay, so what did he say? What day?
He said January 8th is when he's taking new clients.
Okay. So let's set you for January 9th. I want to make sure that you get in with this guy, okay? If for some reason that day you don't get in, I'm gonna call him myself.
Okay.
So that one way we'll get, okay? But just call him back, say, hey, man, I talked to my judge is cool with it. We're gonna wait for me to get in with you guys because he knows you and he likes you.
Okay.
So that way it's more kind of, you build a rapport with this person, okay?
Thank you.
Do that and we'll wait for you to get in and we'll get you out with that GED one way or the other. Okay? All right, thanks, Josh. All right, good job. Ms. Booker, good job being clean. Good job. Okay, good be. Hey, you ready? Hey.
Mr. Aldell, it looks like Gooch was the previous attorney and had to withdraw for a conflict.
What was the name?
Haldell, Demoria Haldell. He also has a new felony case out of 176, I believe. PCS?
Oh, terroristic threat of a judge. Ooh. Ooh. Who is he unhappy with?
I haven't read all
Let
of
me see.
the judge, so I don't know.
It doesn't surprise me. There are a lot of judges that will infuriate you, you know?
I'm attached yet, so I can look at it.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, peace officer or judge.
So it looks like the bailiff you're on.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, it looks like they're trying to arrest him and he just gets upset. He just gets huffing and puffing. Oh my God, except for February. Let's do 30, come back, and then we'll do another 30 until we get to, but I don't want to set it all the way out to February in the event that something happens sooner in the felony. So,
And I may be filing a competency evaluation on this one, but
okay.
I'll
Do you want to do that now?
have to do a little more investigation before I do that, but I
Well,
might.
then let's do this. I don't want to set it 30 if you're going to set it out for comp, if you don't mind, because if we're going to do that, I'd rather do it sooner than later. We had that same thing happen not too long ago where a case got set out for 30 days when he should have immediately been comped, and they just sit there, and then now it's another 30 days. So now we're at 60 days and nothing's happened. So it's,
And
you tell me whatever you want.
and you won't take any action on the bond at this time with the new law violation, correct?
What do you think, Alex?
The bonds are currently at
I
500.
don't know, man. I mean, I think I'm going to. I mean, it's literally 4 different cases, one after the other.
Right, Judge. And due to him also picking up the new case, would be opposed to reducing the
Yeah.
bond.
Well, no. She's saying if, don't do anything, but
But yeah, so we would be just leave it. We wouldn't.
yeah. I'm gonna set it at 5,004 on all of them.
5,000.
4, yeah. And then it looks like he hasn't made felony regardless. So if for some reason he does come back, we can talk. Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am. Thanks. Do you guys know a Danielle Burnell? She's trying to zoom on, it appears.
I do not know the name. She's a bit late though.
Miss Burnell?
Or just turn off the live stream and.
Hello? I don't know. I'm too afraid. Just, you know what? You know what? I should have done what I should have done. Like,
Oh, run up the name, yeah. That's a good idea.
no result.
No, that's not even how you spell my last name. Person, nice try.
Oh, yeah. You know what that sound means, ladies and gentlemen. Day's already done. It was a short docket, but business got taken care of as usual. I really appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out this evening. This chat means the world to me. And all you guys are the best support system any old wolf could ask for. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been another day of Fleischer Forum. We got through it, and I anticipate there'll probably be another day tomorrow and probably another one the day after that. We'll be doing the same thing at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And come Saturday, we'll be doing a little bit of something around 12 p.m. Eastern Time. A little bit of a brunch thing, getting together. A little thing we call the weekend review. So come by and hang out with us. I really appreciate all you being here. And for now, I'm just going to say I'm your Lone Wolf Oozle. I'm your curator for these videos on this channel, and I am your host for the Fleischer Forum. All of you have a very good evening and a very good night. And I hope I'll see you next time. Stream Ball says meow. And I concur. Meow. Meow. Uh-oh. The animals. The animals are at it, guys. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all later.